Hi there. I'm going to try not to be so shaky with the camera, but today I'm going to just explain the Mauser 98K from my knowledge from reading about it. I'm not claiming to be an expert, but I do know the difference between an original German one that was solely used by the Germans versus a Russian capture versus post-war ones, and obviously most importantly the difference between just a standard 98 from World War I and the K98K from World War II. Now, what I have here today, I have the SKS up there just for a demonstration a little later on. Got a post-war 1945 production CZ BRNO Mauser on the bottom, a 1938 manufactured 237, which is Berlin Lübecker machine and fabric in the middle, and then above is a 1916 Oberndorf Mauser, and it's from World War I. So I guess we'll start with that one. Mainly, there were some used in World War II. They're longer than a 98K by quite a bit. Another really easy way to tell is I call that a roller coaster, but they have a roller coaster sight, and yeah, basically that's some of the key differences. The strap hookup's completely different, that sort of thing, and it'll also have quite a bit different. I don't know if that's going to focus in or not. No, that's looking like it's failing. Anyway, some people that have Mausers are going to say, well, or that have fake ones will be like, well, this one has a silver bolt. No, actually that was blued at one time, and now there's just nothing left of the bluing. So that's pretty much it for the 1916 one, because that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the World War II ones, or the World War II style ones. Now, the easiest way to tell that this is a post-war is by the trigger guard there and the magazine plate. They're stamped, and this trigger guard was never adopted in World War II. Other thing about it is the finish. It's a very shiny, gleamy finish. Again, German Mausers never had a shiny finish. They were kind of matte and not like that at all. That's way too shiny. Obviously this one's stamped, manufactured from the Czech Republic. This one's been scrubbed, so it's basically just a shooter. It'll never be collectible. Even the bolts scrubbed. Usually at the end there on the extractor there's a serial number, or a part of a serial number. This one is absent of all serial numbers with the exception of a 40 on the bolt. So its collector value is very limited. It's basically just a brand new gun when I picked it up that had been shot maybe 20 or 30 times and is in incredible condition. Now let's get on to the 1938 one, because that's the most interesting. That's what I'm going to spend the most time on talking about. Mausers that were made in Germany, they serial numbered absolutely everything. Even the bolt has a that screw there has part of a serial number. Not sure if that's showing up or not. And there's serial numbers everywhere on the gun. Along the side, along the top, there's a serial number that should come up, and then you have some proof marks there. Further down the barrel there too, there's 3. I think they're called Waffenkampfs. And now let's just flip it over on its side. My apologies for the camera shaking all over. Right. So there you get the Mod 98 in block letter. Now here's, if it was a Russian capture, it should have an X on it. Not all Russian captures do, but many of them do. If there is an X on it, that's pretty much a guarantee that it is an RC. That's nothing bad. It's still probably a good gun, and they refurbished them. The only thing is when Russia rebuilt them, they sometimes would re-serial number them as well. You'll notice that on this one's stock it doesn't have a stamping on the stock, and if I flip the 1916 one over onto its right side to have a look at the left part of the stock, it's not going to have a serial number either on the stock. Sometimes they had symbols on them, sometimes not. Sometimes those wore off just through use. Now, I'm going to explain why I think sanding a stock is a bad idea on a gun like this. And you can see that wear. That wear was not done by you, that was done by somebody in the 40s. By sanding away that and making this pretty, you're sanding away all the history that the gun had. So you just want to leave that in my mind. Also, the bluing on this gun is correct. It's not oxidized black. If it is, that's pretty much crap, and you know that it's been refurbed wrong and that they never looked like that. This is what the bluing should look like. And it shouldn't be anything more fancy than that, or deeper. Surprisingly, ironically, but not really, the bluing on these was actually kind of blue. Now I'm going to go up to the SKS, because this is very common of Russia and Eastern Bloc countries and China, is to put, I know Russia usually does theirs horizontally, and Yugoslavia and China does theirs vertically along the stock, and that is a typical Russian Eastern Bloc sort of thing to do. Was not done with these. And again, I'll flip the check one over. That check one is free and clear. Another really easy way to tell if you've got one that has inauthentic parts, or that is inauthentic, is the butt plates. The fatty, or the cupped one as it's called, didn't come out until 1940. So if you have a gun that was supposedly made in 1935 or 39 or whatever, 38, doesn't matter, and it has that on it, that's wrong. Very nice guns. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll try and get you an answer. If I can't answer it, I'll find somebody that can. And thank you for watching.